and this is the G2Poker.com TV tournament series. I'm Laura Cornelius, along with Paul Zimbler. Our weekly tournament has already seen both of us knocked out, but putting bad beats and sob stories aside, let's see which of our players has made the top 10. Our final 10 this week could very well just be a final 4, with a quartet of players cradling 6 figures each. The rest of the group is fairly tight, with Czech Verbo hanging on in 10th. Each of these players has at least €61 waiting for them for getting this far, but all eyes will be on the top prize of over €823. Let's get to the action. So we are now down to our final table of 10. Congratulations, everybody that's got this far. 15 players got paid out. Min cash was $45.90. But no one wants that, of course. Everyone wants that first place prize of €823.
Vas Pani in early position under the gun with ace-jack suited as his min raise. Now he's got over double average here, and he's chip leader at the final. So a lot of players will want to use that chip stack as aggression.
Yeah,
I do too, but I want to use it in position, and I want to be using it to 3-bet or 4-bet shove. Opening under the gun, if somebody now wants to shove, you just put yourself in a predicament where you're going to be, most of the time you're going to be paying people off,
sure,
where you can just preserve those chips.
So Raideroid here is surely all in.
Well, he's unlucky he's walked into kings as it happens, but he can walk into any pocket pair, any bigger ace, any king-queen suited that wants to jam.
So he's got to fold?
He has to call. He's not going to raise fold. And it's just 41,000, which is not a huge percentage of his stack. But once you've got a stack, especially playing final table strategy, you should be preserving it. Saying that, he'll probably flop the world. We've found a 3 to go with his ace.
Yeah. Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And if you keep losing 40,000 at a time, and that's the cheapest it was going to be. If it was one of the players with 72,000, it's going to have cost him 72,000, where it really shouldn't have cost him anything.
Yeah. So Vas Panev lost a few chips there from his huge chip lead.
Still chip leader.
On the big blind this time. So we are 10-handed, of course, at the final table. 10th place takes €61. So next one out will take €61. We've got another hand with kings here, super hands.
Interesting to see whether he shoves. A lot of people just min raise here because their hand is so strong. But if a player with 10 big blinds min raises, it's exactly what he's done, but he's stuck 50 on the end of it. It shows such strength, but it does encourage people behind with a short stack that might have an ace or a pocket pair to shove that may have folded otherwise. And you might see this ace-9 jam from the small blind.
No.
Wow, it's great discipline there with a short stack. And now Vas should just be giving this up. There you go, I thought he was going to play this hand.
And it's a walk.
Perfect raise there by super hands.
Shark PPL with ace-jack here, early position. What do you think?
He'd just be getting it all in. The blind's 7,000. He's got like six big blinds, a bit more. So that's got to go in. That's pretty standard.
Panev, we've seen likes a bit of the action too. Oh.
Well, he's gone for the raise, which is better than flat calling, which is now going to put only skill at a decision that, you know, he's got a great hand, really, at a final table. But once it's been open, jammed, and re-raised by the chip leader, nines are just going to go in the bin.
Yeah. I would be thinking, if I was only skilled, that Vas Panev may have something huge.
Yeah, what if he's got ace-king? What if he's got tens? The likelihood
queens.
of him having an underpair are quite rare. But again, Vas shouldn't be getting involved with these queen-jacks. He's now going to pay another player off another 50,000. So he's leaked 100,000 in chips that he just doesn't need to do. Jack-6 surely out the way.
Yep. And it goes off against Vas and Shark
And he'll see,
LPPL.
He'll see that he's in bad shape. He can only catch a queen or
Want
flop
some
Broadway.
diamonds. 10,
Wow,
ace,
well,
king.
flop the world.
Flop the straight.
The queen would be justice. And there it is.
Oh, it's going to be a split pot.
It is going to be a split pot.
Anything on the end? Just another 9.
And Vas Pani will feel like he's been hard done by. But, truth is, he shouldn't have been in the hand in the first place.
That is true. still the chip, or no, not quite the chip leader. Super Owl we've got at the top with just over 360,000.
Super Owl was at our final table the other week, I think.
Yeah.
Well, the blinds are up. They're 4,000, 8,000 with an 800 ante.
We've got Check Verbo with only 20,000 left there with pocket fours. Surely it's got to go in now.
Well, that's going to go in. And it's probably just going to go straight round to the ace queen in the small blind, who's going to reshove.
Yeah.
And that should be on their backs. And to the races, we can see 1 4 is out and 1 ace is out.
Surely all folds
There's
now.
only 1 spade out. 2 spades in the whole.
So we might
range.
be looking at some spades going down on this flop, or clubs.
My guess is it will be a black flop. That's just a statistical observation. No, this should be an all-in. Yeah.
Indeed.
Jack 7.
Jack 7 should be getting out of the way there.
He could take a punt, 2 short stacks, but I doubt he's going to. There's no need for it.
We know that there's not going to be many red cards. Well, let's see.
Well, there was a red flop and an ace high board. He's not good for the fours.
Can we hit another spade? Oh.
And there are those eights for you.
Yeah,
Jack,
why do they keep coming up now? It's too late.
we lose our first player.
Can't look at it like that though, can you?
What did that say?
Check Verbo, I believe.
Verbo.
Check Verbo leaves in 10th place. And that 10th place finish will pay out €61. Congrats to Check Verbo.
There we go. That's next week's buy-in paid for.
Well, Vaz Panev here has the jacks, but look, only skill has the kings. And we know Vaz Panev likes to play a lot of hands. We know that he's going to do something here. How much is he going to raise by?
Well, it should be a game min-raising. Fairly tight table. He's gone for the min-raise like that.
And only skill is going to 3-bet, or?
Yeah, see, they're probably going to jam. I'd like to see him make it 55, but they jam. Problem is you're going to get so many hands that are just going to bluff at you to fold. Like a hand like, I don't know,
I think
ace 8.
Vaz Panev is going to call this.
Yeah, he's definitely going to call.
Yeah.
But the kings could be losing value from so many other hands by jamming.
We've just seen Super Owl fold a jack there as well, so.
But they like to get all their money in. He's lucky that he's walked into jacks to get paid. We know it's a one-outer. And Vaz Panev, who came to our final table chip leader.
Ace 2 Queen. Yeah, Vaz Panev has lost a lot of chips.
He's got to find his king now, as it
King.
happens.
No.
No.
Because unfortunately, only skill has got 2.
And Vaz Panev is back down to under 200,000.
Vaz Panev has lost a lot of chips the last few hands.
He's unlucky in that hand, obviously. He's walked into kings.
But looks like he's actually made a few chips since the last hand. He's back up to 230 now.
There's 23 big blinds.
So obviously, we're only showing the highlights. We're not showing you every single hand from the tournament.
So I like that fold with ace-10 under the gun. Super hands there. You can see that's a good player, sign of a good player. They're folding good hands under the gun because it's a great hand in position, but ace-10 under the gun.
No good.
OK, you've only got 9 big blinds. I think with 9 big blinds, it's very tough because a lot of the time, 9-handed, you should just be jamming. But I guess his system is, I'll wait for the button to go past me and jam with any 2.
This is surely Beth's dad's got to go all in here.
He's going to go all in, and only skill is probably just going to flat.
Yeah, well.
Because if
he has the chips.
Hibanu doesn't have a hand,
well,
he's stuck it
it's all in.
He's got to find a king.
Or
a couple of spades.
A few more spades than Beth's dad. 10,
there's a 10 there.
3, 7.
Can't find the king of diamonds.
It's not quite enough.
It's a 10 or a king.
Oh,
nope.
It's not going to be enough.
A double up.
Beth's dad, who we see a lot of, has doubled up to 105,880. We are still 9-handed at the final table. 9th place now takes €73. So those money jumps are getting steadier.
Super Owl. See what he does. If he should be He should be min-raise folding.
Super Al actually made some nice moves early on too, winning a lot of hands without great cards.
Okay. He's made this final table 2 times that I've been here, so pretty sure he's a good player. But let's see how he deals with the raise from Only Skill. We've seen Only Skill shove before with kings. I'd like to see him just 3-bet this. And he has just 3-bet it on the button. And the reason I say I'd like to see him 3-bet this is because if he shoves, he's going to get folded. So he would miss out on a lot of value. But here, Super Al can now actually make the 4-bet shove, and Only Skill will get the value from his hand, or he can get an extra 22,000 for the guy to see a flop to check fold. And he's just folded. And this is why there's no point playing these hands, ace-10, ace-jack under the gun, because if you're going to raise fold, a lot of the time you're always going to get 3-bet if you open in early position. So if you're just raise folding, you just may as well fold. But, it's a good fold. Can't take that away from him.
Would that be the same in the early parts of the tournament and the late parts of the tournament?
More so in the later parts.
Yeah, you'd be inclined to.
Yeah, because the pots are a lot bigger. Here we're going to see some action because ace-jack in mid to late position with Vaspani.
A player we know that likes to play.
Well, the king-10 might shove with that stack size. So you should never let yourself really get down as low as 52,000. But they like to money ladder. There is a min-raise there. And Super Hands could shove the button very easily here. And I wouldn't mind that play at all. In fact, I would encourage him to be shoving here, 3-bet shoving.
Let's see.
There it is.
Indeed.
Super Al's going to get out the way, keep ego out, should fold, and we will be near enough at the 60-40 shots again.
It is a call.
And if Vaspani loses this, he'll be back down to like 15 big blinds.
Yeah.
But so far he's ahead.
Nothing going on that flop.
Got to dodge a king or a queen.
Oh!
On the river.
Again.
Super Hands, but he's done nothing wrong, Super Hands. Vaspani's opened in late position with a good hand. He's been shoved by the button. He has to call. Bit unlucky.
Super Hands up to 170,000 now. Blinds are still at 8,000 and 16,000. We are still 9-handed at the table.
Well, his fan ace king. He's waited all day, and there's his hand under the gun. He's going to shove.
In you go.
It's never going to look that strong, so we may see Queen Jack of clubs reshoving.
Fold from
Wouldn't mind
Bedstad.
that at all. But Super Hands doesn't need to get involved because he's got a stack now.
To Banu.
He could shove or he could fold. Either one. I think it's just going to come round to the blinds at this stage. Super Hands shouldn't be getting involved here.
I think some players obviously wanting to money ladder as well.
And it's A6 generally, I mean, the guy has to shove under the gun, you'd think. So his range is so wide that A6, 90+% of the time, should be ahead.
Oh,
yeah, he can't fold. He's got like
too many
2 big blinds left.
Okay, so...
And he's not that far behind.
Well, they've both got a hit, haven't they?
Well,
there is the king.
Running hearts now. There's one of them.
Oh! No.
That's the end of that. That would have been pretty sick.
So Raideroid finishing in 9th place there for €73. It took 45 hands for 10 to become 8, but with blinds beginning to bite, our remaining players are going to have to pull some courageous moves to stay in the hunt. Join us after the break for more from the G2Poker TV Tournament Series.